Hello friends, a very good afternoon to all of you and welcome back once again on the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep in the series of sessions that we are conducting for all the students who are preparing for CAT 2023 as well as other management entrance examinations which will happen somewhere around CAT 2023 examination. So I'm hopeful that all of you are well prepared and you are attending all these sessions as a part of your revision for the upcoming examinations. So friends, in this series of sessions, we are conducting today, obviously I'll be discussing some of the previous year paper questions of quant, and this is part number 3 in this series of sessions. Previously, in my last 2 sessions, I have discussed the questions which were based on percentages. That was discussed in part 1. In the second part, the last session that I've taken, we have discussed all the previous year paper questions of profit and loss. And today in this session, I'll continue this. And today I'm going to discuss some of the questions that have appeared in the previous year paper questions of CAT, which are based on simple interest and compound interest. All right. So friends, welcome once again. I hope I am clearly visible and audible to all of you. Please confirm. Good afternoon, Priyanshi and Shivam. You both are already here. Welcome all of you. All right, friends. So like I mentioned that in today's session, I'll be taking some of the questions which are based on simple interest and compound interest. And these questions are the actual questions that have appeared in last 4 or 5 year examinations papers of CAT examination. All right. So let us start solving these questions. So I'll be displaying these questions one by one. We'll be giving you somewhere around 1.5 minutes. Today I'll be giving you slightly more amount of time because some of us consider simple interest and compound interest as slightly difficult topic. Yes, the questions will involve some calculations. And I recommend all of you not to use calculators for these calculations. Try करो, CAT के अंदर calculator allowed है, fine, but आज without calculator in calculations को solve करो. Okay, so whatever calculations comes in front of you, try not to use calculators for all these calculations. All right, so let's quickly start. Good afternoon, Hirwa, Ajay, good afternoon, Shivam, good afternoon. So all of you, come on, start solving these questions. So first question will appear on your screen in a few moments. Be ready with your rough space. Yes, today you will require some rough sheets. Okay, so just gather 2 or 3 rough sheets with you and start solving these questions. So question number 1 on your screen now. So read this question very carefully and give me a correct answer for this. So this is the question of CAT 2020 slot number 1, exact question. So Vero invested 10,000 rupees at 5% annual interest, and exactly after 2 years, Joy invested 8,000 at 10% simple annual interest. How many years after Vero's investment will their balances, that is principal plus accumulated interest, that means the total amount, will become equal? You all can post your answer. So since this is a theta question, so you'll have to type in your answer. There are no options. So let me see who will be the first person to give a correct answer for this. CAT 2020 slot number 1 actual question. Any answer? I just have to calculate the amount for both of them. The interest is given as simple interest. It's not a compound interest. So that is not a very difficult question. Any answers for this? All right, let's start solving this one. Now, Viru invested 10,000. So principal is 10,000, 5% rate of interest, simple interest. And after 2 years, Joy will invest. So question is, how many years after Viru's investment? So assume the number of years as n. So that means Viru has invested his money for n years, right? So principal is 10,000 plus the rate of interest is 5%. Now 5% on 10,000 will be 500 rupees. So in 1 year, he will be getting 500 rupees, and in n number of years, he will be getting 500 multiplied by n. Okay, so try not to write the entire formula. So just what I've done is simple interest hai 5%. So 5% of 10,000 will be equal to 500, right? So for n years, it will be 500 multiplied by n. So this is principal plus interest for Viru. All right. Now let's talk about the other person, Joy. Joy, who started after 2 years. So number of years given to Joy will be n minus 2 years. So principal for Joy is 8,000 plus the rate of interest is 10%. So for 1 year, 10% of 8,000 is 800. And for n minus 2 years, the total interest will be 800 multiplied by n minus 2. All right. Now, for both of them, the amount is equal. I can equate this and can get the value of n. Now, some of you who are getting a different answer. So let's see what will be our answer. And then I'll tell you what is the probable mistake that some of you would have made. So 10,000 minus 8,000, 2,000 and 1,600. So 2,000 plus 1,600, that is 3,600. Right? 3,600 is equal to, so this is 800n minus 500n, that is 300n. So the value of n will come out to be 12, right? Now, be a little careful. Here what I have done is, the question is, how many years after Viru's investment? So number of years we have to calculate when Viru has started, okay? Now, Joy started after 2 years. So time period for Viru is n and time period for Joy is n minus 2. Now, some of you, what you have done is you have calculated the value of n minus 2 instead of n. So some of you who have given the answer as 10, the answer has been deleted, no problem at all. But jiska bhi answer 10 aaya and they have marked the answer, they have written the answer as 10. Please be careful in such questions, in such cases, if they're asking the value of n or n minus 2. Fine. So this is one very basic error that we commit. हमसे पूछा हुआ है x, हम find out कर लेते हैं x minus 2 or vice versa. Fine. So the correct answer for this question will be equal to 12 years. Okay. So next time, whenever you have any situation like this in front of you, please make sure that you are not committing any kind of mistake. Okay. Let's move on to our next question, question number 2. Now, question number 2, for the same principal amount, the compound interest for 2 years at 5% per annum. So compound interest for 2 years at 5% per annum exceeds the simple interest for 3 years at 3% per annum. By what value? By 1,125. So you'll have to calculate the principal. And this is the actual question of CAT 2020 slot number 2. Go for a quick calculation. I'll tell you an easy way of finding the answer. Once again, you don't have to write the entire formula for compound interest or for simple interest. No need for the entire formula. All right, so Hirwa says answer is 800. This is a theta question. So once again, you'll have to type in your answer. So Hirwa, you're saying the principal for this question is 800 rupees. Fine. Let's check it out. Hirwa, please एक बार check करो answer. मेरे को लगता नहीं है answer 800 होगा because the difference between simple interest and compound interest is given as 1025. So 800 से ज़्यादा तो उनका difference आ रहा है, तो एक बार check करो. Doesn't seem like this will be the answer because the rate of interest are also very low. It might be 8,000 or 80,000. I don't know, but इतना छोटा आंसर नहीं होना चाहिए. For the same principal amount, the compound interest for 2 years at 5% and simple interest for 3 years at 3%. The difference given is 1,125. You'll have to calculate the principal. Any answer? Chaliye, let's look at an easy way of solving this. Now, those who are preparing for CAT 2023, those who have studied this topic, they must be knowing that compound interest is a perfect example of successive percentage change. Okay. Now, the formula for net percentage change in case we have successive percentage change, you all must be aware of this formula: a plus b plus ab upon 100. A plus b plus ab upon 100. Now, first of all, I'll calculate what is the compound interest. So the rate of interest is 5% per annum. It is calculated for 2 years. So the net percentage increase of the principal, or I can say that the net rate of interest will be 5 plus 5 plus 5 multiply 5 upon 100. So this will come out to be 10.25. Okay. So on compound interest, my money will grow by a net percentage of 10.25%. Okay. Now all these things can be done orally as well. बहुत सिंपल वैल्यूज है, 5 plus 5 plus 5 into 5 upon 100. So orally भी ये चीज पता लग सकती है. ठीक है. So 10.25% is the net percentage by which my money will grow when I'll invest it on compound interest. Okay. Now against that, the simple interest for 3 years at 3% per annum. Now 1 year का interest given है 3%. 3 years के लिए कितना हो जाएगा? 3 plus 3 plus 3, that is 9%. So simple interest net percentage is 9%. So compound interest का 10.25% है, simple interest का 9% है. What is the difference between them? The difference between them is 1.25% of the principal is given as, in the question it is given as 1125. So 1125. Now you can solve this for principal. So principal will be equal to 1125 multiplied by 100 divided by 1.25. Okay. So इसको और simplify करके लिख सकते हैं 1125 multiplied by 100 divided by 125 and then another 100. Now 1125 divided by 125, this will come out to be 9. Cancel out कर दो. So 9 multiply by 100 multiply by 100, the answer should be 90,000. So 90,000 will be the correct answer for this question. One of the students has given. So Shivam, yes, 90,000 is the correct answer. All right. Simple calculation. This can be done orally. This can be done orally. The difference between them can be written orally. So effectively 1.25% of principal is given as 1125. Rest is a very basic kind of calculation. The final answer, the principal is 90,000. All right. Okay. Now let's move on to our next question. Question number 3. So Shivam and Vedant have given the correct answer for previous question. Question number 3 on your screen. This is CAT 2020 slot number 3. So in CAT 2020, in all the 3 slots, one question, at least one question of SICI has come, right? Question says that a person invested a certain amount of money at 10% annual interest, compounded half yearly. After 1.5 years, the interest and the principal together became 18,522. The amount in rupees that the person had invested is equal to how much? Again, a very basic question. Huh? ज़्यादा difficult नहीं है. This is also a theta question. So again, you'll have to type in your answer. So we have seen that in CAT 2020, in all the 3 slots, one question each from SICI, and all 3 were theta questions. So the paper was balanced, well balanced. One answer, Omkar says that 13,915.85. Interesting. Shivam says 16,000. Hirva says 16,000. All right. Seems to be a correct answer, 16,000. चलिए solve करें. Now it is given that the interest is compounded half yearly. Okay, that means the calculations will be done after every half a year, 6 months, where rate of interest is given as 10% per annum. Okay, now rate of interest is 10% per annum, but we need the rate of interest for half a year. Okay, so rate of interest for 6 months, rate of interest of 6 months will be equal to 5%, right? And the amount was invested for how many years? 1.5 years. So 6 months के कितने periods हो जाएंगे? So the time period will be equal to 3. In 1.5 year, the number of time periods for 6 months each will be equal to 3. So time period will be equal to 3. So now we'll use the formula. So principal bracket 1 plus rate of interest divided by 100 raised to the power the time period is equal to the final amount, which is 18,522. Now 18,522 is given as the final amount. Okay. Now इस expression को solve कर लेते हैं. So I'll solve it here. So principal bracket 105 upon 100 raised to the power 3 is equal to 18522. Right? Now 105 upon 100 is 21 upon 20. So principal will be equal to 18522 divided by 21 into 21 into 21 and 20 into 20 into 20. Okay. Now 21 से इसको cancel करने की कोशिश करते हैं. 21 into 8 is 168. 17 172. So 882. Then 21 into 21 is 441. 441 into 2 is 882. So the answer will be 2 multiplied by 20, 20 and 20. So that is 16,000. So the correct answer here is 16,000. Okay, so 16,000 will be the principal, right? ओमकार says apply successive. ओमकार अगर मैं successive apply करूंगा ना तो थोड़ा सा difficult हो जाएगा, थोड़ा सा difficult. Okay, this way it is easier. Okay, calculations are easier. नवीन कुमार, you are saying sir जी इतने पैसों में क्या ही होगा. Okay, so this is Naveen sir, our colleague. Okay, so he's just having fun sitting outside. All right, so the correct answer here is 16,000, and yes, it is. Okay, chaliye. So next question, question number 4, CAT 2019 slot number 1. Slightly big question, but आसान है, ज़्यादा difficult नहीं है. So question is, a person invested a total amount of 15 lakhs. A part of it was invested in a fixed deposit earning 6% annual interest, and the remaining amount was invested in 2 other deposits in the ratio 2:1. So 15 lakhs divided in 2 parts, equal given nahi hai. Fine. One of the part was invested at 6%. The other part was divided in the ratio 2:1. And earning the annual interest. So interest rates are 4% and 3% respectively. If the total annual interest is 76,000, then the amount invested in the fixed deposit was how much? So how much this person has invested in the fixed deposit? Just use a step-by-step procedure and easy, बहुत easy question है ये. So what we can say is the entire money is divided in 3 parts. First part, you can take it as X. Second and third part, you can take it as 2Y and Y, because the ratio is 2:1. Okay. So this way you can treat this easily. Or you can take the first part as 100X, the second and third part as 200Y and 100Y. 3Y is equal to 15. So now you have this equation and this equation, you can solve both of them. So first equation को 6 से multiply कर देते हैं. So 6x plus 18y is equal to 15 into 6, that is 90. Doing subtraction, the value of y will come out to be 2. Y का value 2 आ गया, मतलब 2000 है actual value, because I have to put 3 zeros. Okay, so the value of y is 2. The value of x comes out to be, यहाँ पे y को put कर देते हैं 15 minus 6, that is 9. Okay, so the value of y is 2, the value of x is 9. What we have to find out, the amount invested in the fixed deposit, that means the first scheme. It was 100x, that is 900, and I'll put 3 zeros in front of it. So the actual answer will be 9 lakhs. Okay, so a total of 9 lakhs will be invested in the fixed deposit. That is the answer. Okay, so have a look at this entire one. So I started by assuming the investments as 100x, 200y and 100y. Okay, calculating the interest, I have made an equation for the interest. I've removed 3 zeros out of it. Okay, from this equation as well as this equation, मैंने 3 zeros हटा दिए. Okay, 100x and 300y. Total money that is invested is 1500,000, which is 15 lakhs, right? So this equation and this equation you can solve and get the values of x and y. Okay. All right. Simple question. Let's move ahead and look at the next question. 9 lakh is the correct answer. Question number 5. Amal invested rupees 12,000 at 8% interest compounded annually and rupees 10,000 at 6% interest compounded semi-annually, both investments being for 1 year. Bimal invests his money at 7.5% simple interest for 1 year. If Amal and Bimal get the same amount of interest, careful, amount is not equal, the interest is equal. Then the amount in rupees invested by Bimal. So you'll have to calculate the principal investment by Bimal. Don't get confused with this word amount they are using again and again. Okay. So amount means the money. And this will require some calculations. So you'll have to first of all calculate the interest earned by Amal, and then you can equate it to the interest earned by Bimal, right? Where Bimal's principal is not known. And then you'll be able to get the value of the principal of this second person. All right, Omkar says 20,920. The first one to give an answer. All right, good Omkar. Chale, calculate kare. So we'll go slowly. So first of all, Amal invested 12,000 at 8% interest compounded annually. And this is for 1 year. So 8% of 12,000. 1% is 120. 8% will be 120 multiplied by 8. That is 960. Okay. So Amal from his first investment has got an interest of 960 rupees in 1 year. It was simple. Now the second investment of Amal is rupees 10,000, 6% interest, but it is compounded half yearly. Okay. Now 6% compounded half yearly. That means 3% and 3% successively. So 3 plus 3 plus 3 into 3 divided by 100. That is 6.09 percentage. All right. Now 6.09 percentage of 10,000 will be 609. Simple. So from second investment, Amal has earned an interest of 609 rupees. All right. Fine. So total interest earned by Amal is 1569. Okay, so this is the total interest earned by first person Amal. Now Bimal invests his money, which is not known. How much money he has invested, we don't know, at 7.5% simple interest for 1 year. So let's say the investment of Bimal is P. Okay. Now 7.5% of P. 7.5% of P. That is equal to, so this is the interest earned by Bimal, right? And this is given equal to as interest earned by Amal, which is 1569. Equation है, easily calculate कर सकते हो, ठीक है? So principal will be 1569 multiplied by 100 divided by 7.5. Okay, so I'll write it as 75 and एक और 0 लगा दिया just for simplification. Okay, now 100 3 आ जाएगा यहाँ पे 4 and then this will be cancelled 523. Now 523 into 4 is 2092 and एक 0 आ गया, so 20,920 will be the final answer. And yes, it was given earlier by Omkar, Virendra, Shivam. 3 of you have given correct answer. Karthik, please एक बार check करो अपनी calculations. Karthik, check your calculations. Okay, so 20,920 is the final answer for this question, right? Now this was the tricky part to calculate. The second investment by Amal, 10,000, 6% interest compounded semi-annually. Okay, so 3 plus 3 plus 3 into 3 upon 100, effective rate of interest 6.09%. Calculate करना interest आसान था because the principal was 10,000. Okay, all right. So answer for question number 5, 20,920 is the correct answer. Wonderful. Next question, question number 6. Now John borrowed rupees 2,10,000 from a bank at an interest rate of 10% per annum, which is compounded annually. The loan was repaid. The loan was repaid in 2 equal installments. The first one after 1 year and the second one after another year. So this is the question of equal installments. Okay, installments का question है. So we have to find out the value of each installment. This portion is irrelevant if they have given the installments are equal. So basically they have mentioned that the first installment was some interest of 1 year plus the part of the principal amount, while the second was the rest of the principal plus the due interest thereon. Okay, now it's enough that they have given that it's a equal installment, so there is no need to read this line. Obviously examination में तो read करेंगे ही. CAT 2018 slot number 1 installments का question आया है, so CAT 2023 में भी installments का question आ सकता है. All right, so people who decide to leave the installment topic completely, please don't do that. I'll give you a very simple way in which you can calculate EMIs. Okay, fine. I'll give you first of all a few seconds. Hirwa says 960 couldn't understand. 960 कहाँ पे था? Okay, this one Hirwa, 8% of 12,000 is 960. Simple. 8% of 12,000 is 960. Okay. Coming back to question number 6. Equal installments. शिवम, यही तो प्रॉब्लम है ना, हम काफी स्टूडेंट्स हैं ऐसे. लाइक यू आर नॉट a unique student, you are not the only student who has left installment topics. There are lots of students who thinks that installment is not a part of CAT, या फिर CAT में बहुत सालों से नहीं आया है. CAT 2018 में installments आया, तो आज से like 5 years ago they have asked the question of installments, so this is a must do topic. No, Hirwa, that was not compounded quarterly. Okay, chaliye. Now, basically in installments, we use the concept of the present value, the future value, or the past value. Okay, it's nothing but a very simple concept of percentages. Let's say if X is increased by 10%, the final value will be X multiplied by 1.1, right? This we already know. But from the final value, if I have to come back to initial value, what will be done? If let's say the final value is given as y after an increase of 10%. Okay, so final value is given as y, so initial value will be y divided by 1.1. Simple as that. Okay, इनिशियल वैल्यू से फाइनल वैल्यू पे गए हैं तो मल्टीप्लाई हुआ है 1.1, तो फाइनल से इनिशियल पे आएंगे तो डिवाइड हो जाएगा 1.1. नाउ दिस वी हैव डन इन ऑल आवर बेसिक लेक्चर्स. ठीक है, ये बेसिक लेक्चर्स का ही पार्ट है. सो बेसिक लेक्चर्स में हमने ये सब किया है. ओके, राइट. सो लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट हैज हैपेंड. सो जॉन हैज बोरोड 2,10,000. Okay, so let's say today he has borrowed this money, right? Now after 1 year he will make a payment of x, and then after another year he will make a payment of x. 2 equal installments में वो अपना लोन पूरा का पूरा रीपे कर देगा. Okay, now these x, ये जो x है, they will also include the interest that is levied on this principal money, right? Okay, now what was the value of the loan at present? So at present the value of the loan is 2,10,000, but this value x is repaid after 1 year. So this is the value after 1 year, and this is the value after 2 years. At what interest? 10%. So if this x, the money that is paid after 1 year, is converted to the present value, it will become x upon 1.1, right? From the past value, sorry, from the future value, I have brought it to the present value. आज की वैल्यू पे ले आया मैं. ठीक है, सो 1 साल बाद मैंने x रुपीस पे किया होगा तो उसकी प्रेजेंट वैल्यू क्या होगी? x divided by 1.1, right? This was the final value. I have come back, I have taken it to the initial value. Similarly, I have paid this much money x after 2 years. I will be paying it after 2 years. So its present value will be x upon 1.1 square. Okay. Now the sum of their present values will be the money that the person has borrowed at present. So present value of the loan. Simple as that. अगर 3 equal installments होती, so third year के बाद x पे किया है, so उसकी present value क्या हो जाती? x divided by 1.1 cube. Okay. Now why 1.1? Because of this 10%. Simple as that. Now just solve this equation and you will get your final answer. इस equation को solve कर लेते हैं. So 1.1x plus x divided by 1.1 square, LCM लिया मैंने 1.1 square, that is equal to, इनको add किया, 2.1x divided by 1.21, and that is given as 21,000. So cancel हो गया यहां से, and the final answer 121. So 1,21,000 will be the final answer. All right, fine. You just need to simplify this equation. If you have understood this equation, then you will be able to simplify it very easily. Okay, so this is how you need to treat the questions of EMI or equal installments. It's not equal monthly installments, but it's equal installment. So this is how these questions can be treated. Whatever I have paid in future, I'll bring their value back to the present value. Okay, add them and equate it to the loan that I have taken. Fine. So this is how we attempt the questions of installments. So installments को एक नया topic मत बनाओ. Don't make it a separate topic. It is nothing but a logic, a concept of percentages only. All right. Okay. So friends, that's all from my side for the day. So these were the previous year paper questions from simple interest, compound interest. Now you can unlock a free trial on the portal of BYJU'S Exam Prep for 3 days by just entering your mobile number on our application homepage. Okay, clicking start free trial, and you will be able to access our portal for 3 days. So it is a wonderful opportunity to understand what all are the things that you'll be getting at BYJU'S Exam Prep. All right. Next is for CAT 2023 aspirants. In case you are not a student of BYJU'S Exam Prep, so you can enroll for our CAT 2023 and other MBA entrance examinations test series. Now this test series has 80 plus mock papers, 10,000 practice questions, topic tests covering all the subtopics, video solutions, as well as detailed mock analysis for every mock. All right. You will not get a better analysis of mock papers. You will not get better mock papers than the mock papers that we provide. Okay. Now this is the list of our CAT 2022 toppers. CAT 2023 comprehensive program. Still, if there are some students who haven't started their preparation and they want a crash course kind of thing, so please go for this program, join us, and these are all the things that you'll be getting. Okay. Now friends, All India Open Mock for CAT 2023 will be live from 29th of September up till 8th of October. So those who are not, again, the students of BYJU'S, they can take this mock for free. Okay, you just have to visit our application and register for this examination free of cost. Okay. So friends, that's all from my side. You can get social with us on all these social media platforms. Thank you for being a part of this session. Have a wonderful time. Hirwa is asking, sir, can you give one exam along? Okay, out of these one, Hirwa, it's difficult to decide. I would suggest you to give both the examination. दोनों exam देने चाहिए यार. Huh? Both exams are equally important. Okay. All right. So friends, that's all from my side. Have a nice day. We'll see you again. Bye-bye.